Dusk settling over Houston, Texas. Boy, what a great shot of the city right there. Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist by Harden. Howard's got the opening bucket of the night here for Houston. Playing alongside James Harden, a lot less pressure, too, on Dwight Howard to carry the load offensively these days. It's certainly, Clark, made things easier for him.
Not only easier, I think it's been more comfortable for him as a secondary scorer. Rolling to the rim, crashing the offensive glass, those are things he can do at a high level for a lot longer, I think.
Now, Golden State's starting five. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, and it's Barnes in at the small forward. Wasted no time on that one. And it's 6 points for Steph Curry.
I tell you what. Guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight. And listen, Howard took his share of criticism for not being more aggressive and polished scoring on the low post. And the Rockets, though, a numbers-minded team. They know he's at his best as a rim runner in the pick and roll.
Here's Curry. James Harden picking up that last basket. Curry kicks to Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Green's got his first basket of the night. The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game.
And for Howard, really his biggest shortcoming offensively has been the free throw shooting. I mean, he averages close to 9 attempts per game over the course of his career. If he could improve that shot, boy, you talk about making a big difference in his production.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Now Maniunas. After the missed 3 from Klay Thompson, Beverly, and Houston again with the bucket.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Here's Thompson, and there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Curry outside, and that one's good. Curry's got 9 points.
And really, he came into the game with that long-range shot looking great. Boy, he could wind up with a crazy number of threes today.
Now, here's Beverly. Shoots the 3. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. Houston making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. Spates checked in for the Warriors. Iguodala comes in for Harrison Barnes. Here's Iguodala, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one is on Ariza.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Sean Livingston, he's checked in for the Warriors.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand. And, guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. only team in the league to do that.
Corey Brewer's checked in for the Rockets. The Warriors also with a sub. Barbosa's checked in.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Terry dishes to Brewer. There's the feed to Capella. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter of the game. 5 on the clock. It's Harden with the drive. The second chance effort. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Daniels, he's checked in for James Harden. And the Warriors also making a change. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Draymond Green. And there's Terry after the three-pointer from Andre Iguodala. Beasley, the pass to Brewer. Iguodala with the steal. Lets it go with a three. Kicks to Livingston. Lets it go from deep. Can't get it to go. And Houston the other way now. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Another miss by Houston. Warriors leading by 7. For 3, Barbosa. The shot, no good. Got a piece of it. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
For Houston, they have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. Warriors lead by 5. And we've got more NBA action on 2K. And now a chance to hear from Stephen Curry about the team's struggles of late.
Whether we made shots or not, we felt like we had a chance.
You know, Clark, when you hear a talent as tremendous as Curry talk about what a struggle it is, you know you're watching just outstanding basketball.
Well, I tell you what, I like that kind of serious and focused attitude that it's really all. Always been Curry's approach. It's one of the reasons he's always working to get better and hone and upgrade his game, and how he's able to take it that 1 notch forward each season.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, I tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's Beverly in at the point guard. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game, scoring. Greg at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard. And second in the league in scoring, I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season, and then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
Here's Beverly. Puts it up off the inbound. He takes it up and lays it in. Beverly's got his second basket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Curry shot it. Off. Rockets trail by 4. Harden kicks to Beverly. Great D that time from Green.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Thompson against Beverly from deep. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Beverly. And it's 7 points for James Harden.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in.
They've given up a lot. A lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
Thompson misses. Rockets trail by 4. Leaves the dishes to Harden. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note was it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
And the shot is good. Beverly's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Curry. 12 points for him. From deep three-point range, Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. It's Harden with the drive, and Thompson sends it back, and they're able to recover. 1:58 left to play here in the half. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Maurice Spates. There's 1:54 left in the first half. Screen by Howard. Ariza outside. And another 3 for Houston.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Early on last year, it was clear Steph Curry was just on another level. Was an MVP candidate right from the start of the season, and he would eventually be voted that award.
And I thought very deserving. You could see how he elevated his play, and so many of us, and so much talk focuses on what he does offensively. But he was ahead of the snake of a terrific defensive group for Golden State a season ago, and that's one reason why he ended up being the MVP.
Oh, look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. And you go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, my goodness.
Beverly against Curry. Here's Harden on the wing. Feeds to Howard. Houston moving it around. And it's blocked by Curry. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Beverly, the pass to Beasley. He dishes it to Harden. 44 seconds left in the first half. Back to Beasley. It's stolen by Bogut. Now the Warriors moving it up. Thompson from long range. Rebounded by Howard. Rockets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Down low. Here's Beasley. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Outside Curry. Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
That's a nice way to end the half. The big three to take the lead as we go to the break.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. The Warriors on top, up 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Thank you, Kevin. Dwight, what's your assessment?
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half was all about Stephen Curry. He had 18 points, 3 assists, and 1 rebound. Taking a look at the... All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just...
Been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
How about Steph Curry in this one? 18 points and 1 rebound.
And boy, is there an area of the floor he hasn't scored from tonight?
I do not think so, Greg. I mean, 3-point range, he can get it done inside. He's really made it happen from everywhere.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Barnes and Green are the forward set. And it's Bogut in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Warriors trailing. So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is G8, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Oh, and the dunk by Ariza.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. No good on the free throw.
And guys, the Warriors ended the year at just over a 10-point differential per game. I mean, still that number is staggering when you think of what it takes to achieve that mark over the course of a season. Typically, championship teams are somewhere in the +6 to +8 range. 10 is off the charts.
Now, Here is Harden. He's got 9. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Bogut kicks to Curry. From deep. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
And you know what? That Warriors point differential was helped out a lot by their play at home. The home differential was almost plus 15 points per game. A lot of blowout wins. Scary thing is they set their starters in the fourth so often, they could have made those numbers even higher had they wanted.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Rockets coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He said their plan was run their offense through James Harden. Their offense is most effective, coach said, when he is most involved, and they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line. That's going to send Dwight Howard to the line. They get Andre Iguodala. Corey Brewer's checked in for Houston. And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level. Tell you what, shooting 20% to start the second half doesn't bode well for how this will play out for this squad.
Here's Brewer, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And the Rockets lead by 3.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Curry against Beverly. Off with the layup.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Brewer with the steal. Beverly with the ball. And Curry picks him up defensively. Howard can't hit.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Now here's Curry. 21 points in the game. 1:32 left in the third. He kicks to Iguodala. And the Warriors miss again.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over.
Modiunas a screen on Curry. Beverly dishes to Modiunas. Another shot, and it's good on the layup. Modiunas has got his first points of the game.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Houston making a switch here. Beasley's checked in.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far. If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Warriors trail by 5. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something, you're right.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Curry. Rockets with the rebound. Here's Ariza. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
You know, it's been a rougher year than he expected at the line, guys. I mean, he's seen the numbers dropping off for him this year.
9 seconds left to play in the third. Outside Curry. They need this. And no good trying to get that one. And offense. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Here's Beverly. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Then there's Beasley. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in at the 4-man position. Warriors trail by 9. Thompson for the triple. Rebounded by Capella. Beverly against Thompson. Stolen by Thompson. Curry outside. It's rebounded by Houston.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Golden State's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Now the dish to Spates. From deep. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Montejunas is checked in for Dwight Howard. Rockets leading by 9. And Beverly kicks to Montejunas. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim. Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Harden the pass to Montejunas. Here's Beverly. The Rockets again can't hit.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now.
The shot by Spates. Nobody around. Another 3 for Golden State.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they're fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
And the Rockets making a change here. McDaniels checked in. Golden State also making some changes. Andrew Bogut checked in for Spates. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Brandon Rush.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par.
Dishes to Green. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists tonight. Houston in the lead. Harden up top. Steps back and shoots. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Harden giving him lots of trouble. 12 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
And you can't really place a value on what that means to a team. His passing has really helped their cause.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That's his first foul. Houston making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Capella. And Trevor Ariza subbed in for KJ McDaniels. Left side Ariza. The Rockets again can't hit. Warriors trail by 5. Green dishes to Curry. From deep 3-point range. And another 3 for Golden State.
That is a real nice-looking deep three ball there, fellas.
Yeah, Clark, major confidence on display.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They lead by 2. 1:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Yes, guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message Houston's coach was giving to his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. But now, you have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this timeout here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're behind by 4. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Anderson Varejão's checked in for the Warriors. .153 left in the fourth quarter. Look out, and then you throw up stuff like that. And you go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, my goodness.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're up by 1. 1:51 left here in the fourth quarter. Here is Harden. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Beverly against Curry. Passes to Thompson. Picked by Varejão. And another three for Golden State.
He's so clutch, Kevin. When the pressure is at its highest, that's when he's at his very best.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. .130 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And that one's good. Beverly's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Yeah, but they better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Now here's Curry. On the wing, Thompson, guarded by Harden. And it's Thompson again missing. Rockets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Houston?
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
Michael Beasley, he's checked in for Houston. Houston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
And I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big 2-possession game now.
Curry can't get it to go. Here's Houston now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And Steph Curry with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we will head to the line for 2.
Take a look at what Beverly's been doing. He's got 13 points and 6 assists.
And guys, he's been making play after play on both ends of the floor.
No let up in him, and that's mindset. That's not just physical tenacity, but that's a mental tenacity, too, that he brings to the court.
And not as productive a trip as you would like, but they're still in a pretty comfortable position. And since the start of the fourth quarter, that 3-point shot has just been there.
Yeah, exactly. Doing an excellent job, I think, finding the open guy on the perimeter. And the three-pointer is a major weapon for him right now in this quarter.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Time running low here.
A quick score, Greg, and then probably foul him right away.
And here's Houston. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 7-point game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. They trail by 7. 23 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
Yeah, they can game plan all they want, but unless they can put more time on the clock, I think this bad boy's over.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they hope to get accomplished with this timeout here.
Good!
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for your Rockets, Jason Terry. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 7. 19 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
You know, I think he's just trying to send his team a message, you know, not willing to give up on this game just yet. Just trying to instill that fight in this group.
Yeah, hey, I'm all for giving messages and teaching lessons, and I respect that, but at some point, if it's over, it's over. I mean, you need to be looking at the next one. This one's done. Forget about it. Let's move on. Well, at this stage, you might as well have a seat and get off the floor. They've got no chance in this one.
Taking 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. The second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done. Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
So we see Houston taking the W here.
Gentlemen, I'm here.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and James Harden. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow, I'm getting jealous. He feeds off that.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.